Saying you like Gran Turismo 4 isn't really a new or brave statement or anything, but I am a big enough fan of it to buy one of these. The special Gran Turismo 4 Press Edition, which there's only 4,000 of. And I'm one of those people who loves it enough and is financially responsible enough to hunt one of these down on eBay. It was a special kit given to press at a time, and oh boy, look at this. We have quite a few goodies here, starting off with 2 discs, which you are going to fire up later, see what's on those. And then we have a couple of more goodies here, starting off with this little Gran Turismo passport booklet. All it has is these 2 prints right here, and sure, while they do look pretty neat, they are pretty much just in-game screenshots, so nothing too exciting there. Then we get to this right here, a beautiful little racing calendar from 2005. So it is pretty outdated, but again, it just looks so cool as a collector's item. And hey, it's not technically all useless because the dates will actually line up again in 2028. Continuing this refined unboxing experience of this vintage treasure, we then go down here and we have a press certificate, basically reiterating which version you have. I have number 774 out of 4,000, and a little note here from the chief designer of the game, Kazunori Yamauchi, or at least that's my very best attempt at pronouncing that. That is all there is on there. And then you get this underneath as well. Driving the game, or just, I'd assume to be an art book of sorts. Let's have a look of what's actually inside. Oh man, look at this already. It's kind of crazy to think that they put so much thought into this. I mean, I assumed it was also sold outside of the press release because this is like way too detailed, but it just goes over the history of the driving genre, all of the inspiration and the R&D that went into Gran Turismo 4, the history of the other Gran Turismo games. This is actually insane. Oh, all of the location scouting and recording and what, like vehicle physics. Honestly, this may make me finally read a book for once, because all of the details here about the game is actually insane, about pretty much every single little detail, and just shows the amount of like passion the developers had when it comes to every little bit of the finished package, because there is actually so much here. But I want to know, and you want to know, what's on those discs, so let's fire up my PS2 and see what's on them. Okay, so let's start off with this right here, just titled the Test Drive disc. Okay, so far it just looks like the pretty standard selection in-game, but wait, no memory card. There, it literally is a memory card inside it. What do you mean? Ah, the joys of the PS2. Okay, so is this just a full game? Because I can access arcade mode, Gran Turismo mode, against not detecting a memory card, even though there's literally one in there. So if that is just the regular full game, let's see what the press disc is about then. Now, that's even more interesting. It's not even detecting the disc. Oh, you know what it is? Maybe it isn't a thing you actually put into your PS2. Maybe it's something you put into your PC and has like marketing materials or something. And people call me crazy for still having an optical drive in 2025 on my PC. Well, who's laughing now? No way, it is. Okay, so you just have all of the press materials you could ever need. Oh, this is gonna be a treasure trove, I can already tell. Let's start with the first folder here, and it's just, yeah, in-game renders of pretty much all the cars, including some of the more interesting ones. So if you're making any kind of thumbnails or any other media of any kind relating to GT4, this is actually going to be so useful. What else do we have? Developer information. So these are just basically photographs of the team. That's cool. This in itself is such a time capsule. Look at these PCs they're using. Oh man, this right here, this like racing jacket, a PS2 logo. I would pay a lot for that. And this PS2, I assume, test unit back here. Man, this is awesome. Yeah, so these are just headshots of the lead designer, because I don't know, he just really wanted you to include these headshots of him in his press materials for his modeling career, I assume. But before you accuse him of having an ego, there are actually photos of the team themselves here. That's apparently the whole team. Okay, they have some photos of the offices, I guess, here as well, the old Macs they used to work on. I'm trying to see if there's anything really, really cool in the background here, apart from the fact they have a treadmill at work. It looks like they have a collection of, I don't know, PS1 games. I think these are PS2 boxes over here. What else would they have? It's a pretty cool looking studio though. It feels a bit prison-y though, with just how bare the walls are, and also how you just have this thing. It actually looks more like a zoo, like you're looking in and seeing the developers, or probably the designers more here at work. But, oh wow, and there's the people themselves who, you know, created this game. Pretty small team for how big of a final product it is. And then just some more random photos of people around the office. Again, some of these are so random. I even like how they still include the strip around it telling you it was taken on Fuji. You could paste some of these online on some like retro nostalgia or some liminal spaces Twitter profile. Okay, so this is interesting. They include this side-by-side comparison so you can see exactly how true to life all of the tracks are, including all the railing and the trees in the background. And okay, pretty neat. What do we have next? High res. What a descriptive name. Is it just going to be more... Yeah, it's just more in-game photographs. What is actually high res for the time? Okay, 1792 by 2560. That's not too bad. It is actually taking forever to load the next one in because they are a whopping 3.4 megs. And this is optical media we're talking about. And yeah, it's actually frozen. Actually crashed. Thanks, Windows. These are some pretty sick photos though, and I'll definitely want to probably frame a couple of these. I'm actually planning a whole video on the whole fact you can actually print photos straight from Gran Turismo 4, so stay tuned for that. Now this is interesting. So here's this thing titled Cover Suggestion. Was this at one point planned to be the cover for the game? That would be so interesting, but it's just not in the style of Gran Turismo covers at all. They're usually pretty minimalist, sleek, professional looking, rather than including any action from the game. Okay, and here you just have a high-res logo for you to use in your press coverage, and by high-res I mean 360 by 216. Okay, making of. This better be good. Oh, these are some like the on-location photos as well. Again, it's taking forever for them to load. You can probably hear the drive spinning up real fast, but these are cool. I wonder if these are some of the same photos used within that book that's part of the press coverage. Oh man, look at all of this. Look at all of this. This is actually such an incredible little disc of stuff that not a lot of people have seen, unless again this was shared outside of the press release, which I highly doubt. Okay, let's see what's in here. Something I can't play because it's encoded in some weird format. Let me quickly try and handbrake it and see if that helps. Okay, I think it worked. So here's the first one. That gradient sure is struggling. I wonder how much that is the source file and how much it is just doing a very quick handbrake conversion. I can't really tell you exactly when that trailer is really from. It's not giving me any descriptive name apart from just the 2,500 kilobits per second. I was also trying to see if there's anything in the trailer I can obviously tell was cut or changed in the final game. Not that I could tell, however, it does say over 650 cars. Isn't the actual total actually over 700? I'm wondering why that could be. Why didn't it say over 700 unless this is from like some earlier stage where they had less cars? Anyway, let's check out the other trailer now. Okay, so this one is just straight up labeled E3 2K4. So this is what they showed off at E3 in 2004. Okay, so let's go back to the disc, starting off with the press release over here, which is just a press release. It just tells you all of the things that the developers would love you to gush about the most in your review. I've dealt with these more than enough. They had a special press release just for B-Spec. They were really proud of B-Spec specifically, that they had this whole document and pretty much nothing else in this folder. Then there's just screenshots, which is, yeah, just some more stuff from the game. Looks pretty cool. This actually looks like something out of, I don't know, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Just kind of based on the colors. A music list, yeah. Pretty much all of the tracks in the game. That's a pretty useful resource. Photo mode, which I'm assuming is just another press release. Yeah, pretty much. Why was that other press release in a separate folder? That's kind of interesting. Gran Turismo 4 blasts onto shelves. It's just another basic copy here. Nothing too interesting. Oh, GT4 fun facts. These better be fun. These actually better be fun. Each track took 6 months to build and is accurate to within 15 millimeters of the real thing. Over 30,000 photos were taken on each track. Each track has over 40 kilometers square model from aerial photographs. Okay, and then the final one is just the history of cars. That's, I mean, it's interesting, but what use is this to reviewers? Oh wow, I guess it's an interesting read if you're into this. One thing I'm really interested in is just how inconsistent everything is. Like, for example, why is one of these a JPEG and the rest bitmaps? Or how one of those press releases was in a complete different folder to the other press releases. Okay, let's see how long it takes it to load this 40 megabyte bitmap image. It better be worth it. That's it. Just a wireframe of a car. Why is it 40 megabytes? Oh, that's why, because, yeah. That explains it. So, hope you enjoyed this look at a press edition of Gran Turismo 4. If you did, then hey, our Patreon's a thing. I need to pay this thing back somehow.